Hey guys, it's Mackenzie, your mommy's medium, coming back at ya from my bedroom. What in the new year, new me? I don't know. No, the reason why I'm coming from my bedroom is because right now it is a brisk 30 degrees outside and the wind is whipping like nobody's business. It's like crazy how fast that wind is smacking people in the face with its windshield, how fast that it's moving in front of your face. So like it's like smacking you. The wind is really bad, and of course we don't have one, but now we have two wind chimes in front of my house, which is normally where I record in my dining room. So in an effort to keep it really smooth and not have all kinds of weird background noising with the ching chang chong chong of my wind chimes, I decided to come to my bedroom to record. And it's awkward AF. I don't like this. First of all, I got up late, so my bed's not made. And if you know me, I'm very, I guess, crazy in the fact that I have to have the bed made every day. I think I even explained this to you guys many episodes ago, if you are one of my veteran listeners, that I used to even tell friends before I went to their houses that, like, hey, you got to make your bed. I'm not going into your room and hanging out in your room without your bed being made. So the fact that I'm looking at my bed right now and it's in a disheveled mess because I didn't have enough time to make it before I left today is really aggravating me. Like, I want to go and stop this podcast so that I can make it. But that's also one of my New Year's resolutions, is to not be so like uptight and weird about something having to get done just because I do it on a daily basis. So I'm just gonna ride. Maybe this is a good exercise. This is a great exercise. I'm being forced to stare at the mess that I've made and forced to not do anything about it. So, yeah. Hey guys, how you doing? It is January 10th, 2019. It's my mommy's birthday. Happy birthday, mama. She's 68 years old today. She's an old curmudgeon. Just kidding. She's not an old curmudgeon. She's my mom, and I love her. Happy birthday, mommy. And it's 10:35. Of course, I left it to the last minute again to do this podcast before I have my spin class at noon. So I am going to keep this as concise as possible. You know, I like to do my 45 minutes of talking about random stuff at the beginning of a podcast, but I'm not going to do that today. And that makes me laugh because that was actually on an episode of Superstore in their first season when they were talking about Dina and her podcast. They're like, just get to the podcast, Dina. So just get to the podcast, Mackenzie, and stop talking about your other crap. But yeah, on this episode, I'm actually going to do a continuation of last episode, which was my year in review. I talked a lot on that year in review. And again, it had to do with, I think, the first 25 minutes of it was me talking about like other crap other than the year in review. But even with that 25 minutes being taken out, I still talked for like an hour. So there were a lot of things that I either A, messed up on, B, left out, C, completely forgot about it because remember I told you I did it last minute, or D, just like, I don't know, like my brain was fritzing out because of all of the holiday stuff and rushing and what shipped and all this other stuff, and it was just I just felt really discombobulated. So there were things after the fact that I was like, crap, I didn't have that, I didn't have this, I messed up and said that I would tell you about something and I didn't. So that's what this episode's going to be about. I'm going to try to make it as concise as possible because like I said, it's already going on 10:40 and I have my spin class at noon and I want to get out of here no later than 11:40 because I've been showing up to spin class like right as the class is starting, which is very annoying. She's not on time anyway, but still, it's like you want to get there early. You want to choose your favorite bike because you can't clip in or you can clip in. And I have a bone to pick because somebody has messed up my favorite bike. I can't clip in as easy as I used to. So now I have to like find a new favorite bike. So that's a whole thing too. And if you don't show up early to class, you can't pick your favorite bike. It's a whole thing. So I want to get out of here on time. So we are going to get to this show. And by the way, have you noticed the lack of lisp? It's Podcast Thursday, and I specifically waited to Thursday to do this because I am not wearing my Invisalign retainers. I'm very excited to not be wearing them right now. I am on another, I guess, break. You know, we're not seeing eye to eye. We're taking a break cuffing season is over, so I said thank you next. Just kidding. No, I'm actually in the middle of getting another refinement, which is very aggravating. I guess I'll talk about that next podcast in an effort to keep on time schedule for today. But yeah, no lisp today, guys, even though I feel like I still hear it. So maybe I just lisp, even when I'm not trying. The Invisalign just made me pay attention to it more. Yeah. So anyway, without further ado, let's get to the episode. This is episode 33, Year in Review, Part 2. Redux? No, it's not a redux. No, it's a part 2. We'll just do a part 2. So anyway, last episode I talked to you about my 5 favorite movies, and I said that there was going to be an honorable mention. I completely forgot to actually mention the honorable mention, and the honorable mention goes to The Greatest Showman. I told you that it came out in December of 2017, but to me, because it came out so late in the year, like literally 2 weeks before the end of the year, I might as well lump it into 2018's category. So The Greatest Showman is a musical, and I have a love-hate relationship with musicals. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I dig musicals. Sometimes I'm like, what the F am I watching? But with The Greatest Showman, I heard it from several people, mainly the first person who told me is my nephew. My nephew Mason saw it like 400 times in a movie theater last year and kept telling me it's the greatest movie ever made. And I was like, calm down, son. That's not how it works. And over the summer, my neighbor, Steven, he came over to me and was like, yeah, we watched The Greatest Showman by myself, me and my wife, and then we watched it with my daughter. He's like, you really got to watch it. And since I'm piggybacking off my niece's HBO, hey Tay, I was like, okay, fine. Again, it was during one of those times where I was in between, like, not wanting to binge watch a show. I just wanted to watch something quick and easy and get it out the way. And I watched The Greatest Showman, and Mason was right. It is the greatest movie ever made. Okay, that's an overstatement. But it is one of the better musicals that I've seen in a long time. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with musicals. I love Grease, and I think I love Grease mainly because it's one of the earliest memories I have of anything that has to do with like TV or movies. My sister came and picked me up from school. I believe I had to be around 5 because I remember we lived off of Trans Mountain in El Paso, repping EP. But yeah, I remember her picking me up from school and us going home to our townhouse and her putting on what I thought was a cartoon, because the beginning of Grease starts with a cartoon, if you've ever seen that movie. And I was like, sweet, we're going to watch a cartoon. And then turns out, no, it was an actual movie. And I was like, whack. But the fact that she loved the songs, she sang the songs, it wrapped me up into that movie. And even now I watch it and I'm like, there was stuff I was laughing at. I didn't know what I was laughing at. That movie was so dirty, but I still loved the musical in general. But you get me to go see another movie and I'm like, what is this crap? We watched Phantom of the Opera. I wanted to like throw like popcorn at the screen at home. We watched, there was another one. I'm just like, what? I can't. Into the Woods. I refuse to even try to watch it. My niece told me, she's like, it's nothing but singing the entire movie. I'm not down for that. I can't. But Greatest Showman, they made it very current. They made it very hip. They made it just, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, because of course my mind is going blank, but they made it not so stuffy. A lot of musicals, especially the ones that have been around for so long, if they're not contemporary, it kind of loses you. And yeah, if I'm a 70-year-old who's seen it 5 million times, I'm probably not going to want contemporary. But seeing as I'm a young hip mom, I like contemporary stuff. I still love pop music. I love a good dance sequence. So putting those two together and making it feel very current was one of the main reasons why I love this movie. So yes, my honorable mention for my favorite movies goes to The Greatest Showman. Ugh, sorry about that, guys. Second, my niece made it a point to correct me on my Barry situation the other day from the last podcast. Apparently, Bill Hader didn't win a Golden Globe for Barry. He won a Emmy for Barry. So thank you, Tay, for correcting me on that one. No shade. Also, on my favorite TV shows, I completely forgot to even add Barry on until the last minute, and I put him at a 1.5 because I had my list all out of order. And guess what? I left another show off the list. So I just suck all around, and that's why I told you I didn't want to put a number system to it. I forgot I loved Santa Clarita Diet. I'm like, how did I miss that? It literally was right after I finished recording and I was doing the editing, and I was like, holy crap, I completely forgot Santa Clarita Diet. And I'm not going to go into any real details on it. I'll talk about it in another podcast where I'll probably just talk about all the shows that I actually binged that I really liked. I mean, I did talk about Superstore and the reason why I made it my number one. But I forgot to mention with Superstore, one of the reasons why I also found it so funny was because I actually worked retail. I think if you've ever worked retail in your entire life, Superstore is going to make you like double over on the floor laughing because of the fact that it kind of puts all of those things that you deal with on a daily basis into a medium where you can laugh at it instead of being angry at, your job. I worked retail for probably 70% of my life. I worked Sam Goody, I worked Miller's Outpost, Old Navy, I worked at AT&T selling cell phones. I worked at Easy Spirits selling shoes to old ladies. So I've been in retail a good portion of my life. And I think that's the reason why Superstore hits me to my core, because of the fact that it deals with retail and all the funny, because you have to see the funny in it. I told you always have to laugh at it. Otherwise, it's just so much tragedy when it comes to how customers are just so anal about certain things and they want to return things. But Santa Clarita Diet, so good. But again, I'll talk about that on another podcast. I just wanted to mention that I completely forgot to list it on my top shows of the year, because when you don't research, when you don't put things together, like I've been throwing things together for the last couple of days. I mean, this podcast, I'm gonna be honest, it's being thrown together. I wrote down a couple of notes. At least this time I actually have notes, but I really didn't go into detail with my notes. So there's probably going to be more stuff that I'm going to leave off. Ugh, Mackenzie, get it together. New year, same old Mackenzie. It happens every time. But anyway, to get into the actual part 2 of my year in review, there's just a couple of different things that I wanted to add in there that I really loved and discovered in 2018. And I just kind of wanted to let you guys know because, I mean, that's why we're here, right? To hear what Mackenzie likes. Not so much to know what you guys like, but like what I like and what I want you to try to like as well, because I like it. That's what friends are for, right? We share things and go back and forth. And then I'm open to you guys sharing whatever you want with me. You just have to hit me up on social media, because we're not like able to like walkie-talkie each other. But yeah, like I share my stuff. Maybe you try it out. You share something with me. I try it out. And it's the best of both worlds. We get to figure out things together. And that's the beauty of life. I got way too deep there. But anyway, so my other things that I liked about 2018 that I found are as follows. We have my basic beauty product that I love so much, and it goes to my Winky Lux lip balm. It is the perfect shade of pink. And now let me tell you why or how. No, why? I don't know. Anyway, Winky Lux. I don't know if you're on Instagram, if you're a female on Instagram, if you look at any kind of beauty product, you're going to get inundated, bombarded, just saturated with products for women, geared towards women, by women. No, they're not by women, but you know what I mean? It takes you one time to look at an ad that had to do with bras because you're just curious about it. And then before you know it, every other ad on Instagram is bra, 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 bra. So I was more than likely looking at something that had to do with lipstick on Instagram one day, and Winky Lux came up. And it seems, I don't know, it seemed like one of those products that you're like, why would I waste my money on it? Okay, because they do this cute little thing where they put a chrysanthemum in the lipstick. And you're like, but why? You know, my husband asked me, he's like, so what is a chrysanthemum for? And I'm like, Nothing, for looks, literally for looks. Each color has a different chrysanthemum in it. So you can get like a pink outside and it'll have a pink chrysanthemum, a purple outside and it has a purple chrysanthemum, teal, it goes down the line. And you think like, okay, so are my lips going to be blue because there's a blue chrysanthemum? No, it's a clear stick. You see the chrysanthemum in it and that's it. And you're like, okay, so what is it about? Now, if you go on to winkylux.com, because like I said, the product is called Winky Lux, you will look for what they call their flower balm. And the flower balm description goes as follows. The power of the flower is yours with the flower balm, our most popular lip stain. Applies clear, then combines with lips' natural pH levels to create the perfect, uniquely you shade of pink every time. It's the only balm stain to feature a real chrysanthemum inside. Now again, that's when I'm like, okay, so there's a chrysanthemum inside and it warms up to your pH. Right, okay, sure thing. But I was very skeptical and I put it in like the cart to purchase it and all that jazz. And then it took me months to actually order it. And I think one day they had a free shipping. You know me, you can get me to buy anything if there's free shipping involved. So normally they have it, if you spend $25, you get free shipping, but they were having a free shipping thing. And I was like, let me just order this. I ordered one for myself and for my neighbor's wife for Mother's Day, I think it was. Was it Mother's Day? Yeah, I think it was Mother's Day. And I get it and I'm like, okay, let me just try this out. They were on sale and I got free shipping, no big deal because these things normally run about $14, which is really expensive. I don't even spend that on an actual lipstick. My cap is like $10. Well, $11 on that L'Oreal one. And I still hate that I spent $11 on it. But, normally my cap is about $10 on a lipstick. And I put it on and guys, let me tell you, when it tells you it does the perfect shade of pink, it does the perfect shade of pink. It is beautiful. It's what I use when I want to, like freshen up my face a little bit and not look so drab on my lips, but have just like a little flush, because I love when I can put on lipstick, but with the Invisalign, sometimes it's hard to actually do lipsticks, even the ones that stay all day, because even though it's supposed to stay, there's little chunks and weird things that get inside my Invisalign and then it's there and then it's ugly and I don't know that it's there and I'm smiling at people and then I have stain of lip on my Invisalign and it's so disgusting. But with this one, all it is literally a lip balm, but the lip balm warms up with the pH on your lips. Your skin is warm and it makes a perfect pink shade. And I've even tried to go to Sephora and see if I can buy an actual pink shade that matches that. It doesn't. So it's like, why am I even trying? I might as well just keep up with what I have. But yeah, guys, like this thing, it's so basic, but does so much. It goes miles and miles and miles to transform you from just like, okay, every day to, ooh, that flush of pink on your lips looks gorgeous. My next thing, my high-end beauty product is my Urban Decay's Velvetizer. I can't go without doing something with Urban Decay, and the Velvetizer is something that I found at the end of the year. As a matter of fact, we went to Sephora with Joanna, Chicky, and I, and we spent way too much time. I think we were there for like 2 hours looking at all the products. And we found a Velvetizer based on a review from a beauty blogger that I found online. And I don't even know why I found her. I think Joanna and I were looking at using powders, setting powders, which I didn't realize you were supposed to use setting powders after you put on makeup. It's like you learn so much about makeup when you actually get to start using makeup. There's so many different steps. There's like literally 500 steps that you can take when it comes to putting on makeup. I don't got time for all that. But yes, I learned at the end of the summer that you're supposed to be putting a setting powder on top of your foundations, BB creams, concealers to get it to set onto your skin so it doesn't budge. I guess that's the whole premise behind setting powders. And we came across a girl who used Urban Decay's Velvetizer as a setting powder. She did it as a pre-powder, which that's something I'll talk to you guys about another time. Using a pre-powder, if you're an oily skin girl like myself, helps you contain the oils throughout the day. But she used it and we're like, okay, let's check this out. that joker is $34. And I was like, there's no way I'm buying something for $34 based on some random chick that I saw on YouTube. It's not going to happen. But the girl at Sephora was nice enough to give me a small little vial of it so I could test it out when I got home, which was very nice of her. And I'm never going back. It is a magical translucent, I guess that's what it's called, translucent powder. It's very, very loose. It's very, very fine. And you mix it in with your foundations, or for me, BB creams. I like foundations, but foundations make me feel like I'm overly done. It's the difference between, I've used this analogy before. Like you have a Caesar salad. That's me when I wake up. I'm a Caesar salad. After I've washed my face and put all my little regular everyday products on me, I am a basic Caesar salad. Putting on BB cream is like adding some grilled chicken to it. You know what I mean? It makes it just a little bit better. And you're like, wow, that's a great salad. Adding foundation to me is like adding the chicken, and then you say, you know what, let's throw some walnuts in there. How about some cranberries? Let's just go wild. Let's add some different kinds of cheeses to it. And while that is great, it's great to have all those things in a Caesar salad. It's no longer a Caesar salad. It's something else completely. But you've added stuff and you made it like really grand. That's not how I want to live my day-to-day life. So while I do like foundations for like a big night on the town, which I never do, I never have a big night on the town, but if I'm really wanting to feel about myself, I do foundations. If not, I do with the BB cream. But anyway, you know me, I go off on a tangent. But yeah, you take your velvetizer and you mix it in with your BB cream or foundation if you use foundation, and you make like a thick paste, and then you apply it. And my husband walked in on me one morning, and not only am I using the velvetizer mix in, I'm also using 2 shades of BB cream. If you listen to me since day one, I'm just starting to use BB creams. The girl tried to get me to buy 2 foundations. Oh, for the wintertime, I use this foundation mixed in with this. And I'm like, I'm not doing all that. I'm not mixing anything together to make a shade. So guess who's mixing stuff together to make a shade? I am. So now he walked in on me one morning mixing my regular BB cream, the color that's basically the shade that I am right now. I just realized that I'm very pale in the wintertime, duh. But I didn't realize how pale until I started using my regular BB cream with the velvetizer. I just look, I don't want to say sickly, but I don't like the look that I have with my regular skin tone in the wintertime anymore. Now I mix in a darker shade that is primarily used for me if I've been out in the sun during the summertime, and I mix the 2 together, and it does make a great little warmed up look to my face. But he walked in on me mixing that with the darker shade, and then I'm putting the powder, and he was like, what kind of science experiment is going on in here? And it's like, yeah, beauty takes time, and this face, deserves the best. But yeah, I love the velvetizer. When you put that mixture in with your foundation, with your BB cream, putting it with the foundation, my face was on a whole nother level. It was just, I was like, I can't even look at myself. This is just ridiculous. I no, there's no way I can walk around like this. People are gonna be crashing cars looking at my face. I can't have that. I can't have that on my conscience. But yeah, the velvetizer does make your skin look velvety, smooth, and soft. I don't know, that whole like photo finish that all these products are like, oh, it gives you a photo finish. Like you had a Photoshop, and you're like, I put that ish on and I don't look like any Photoshop I've ever seen. But this one, it's like, yeah, no, that gives you that photo finish. It looks great. It looks so good. When I'm using my BB cream, it's like me using an Instagram filter. When I'm using my BB cream with the velvetizer, it's like me using a Snapchat filter. And we all know the Snapchat filters make poo-poo look like gold. I don't know what it is about Snapchat. Snapchat really needs to get it together because it's very deceiving to put that kind of stuff out there. I told you when my son had hand, foot, and mouth, he had crustaceans all over his face, and he didn't want to take any pictures, but I was taking pictures of him for documentation on how bad it was getting. But he didn't want any photos. But when I brought out Snapchat, it wiped all of that away. And he was like, oh, okay, it doesn't look so bad. And if it can do that kind of magic, there's all kinds of girls taking pictures on their little dating sites and putting that up there. And then people are walking in on dates and they're like, who the F is that? Because that is not the same person that I saw in that photo. Snapchat is very deceptive. But anyway, yes, the Velvetizer is very Snapchat worthy when it comes to your everyday life. And that's why it is my high-end beauty product winner of 2018. And moving on to my next one, my guilty pleasure of 2018. And that guilty pleasure ties in with my next category that's going to follow that, is To All the Boys I Loved Before. Oh, when I tell you, this movie spoke to me on so many different levels. My 36-year-old married mother of one self, it spoke to me on so many different levels, and I'm not sure why. Now, this is my guilty pleasure because, again, I'm a 36-year-old married mother of one. There's no reason why I should be watching a movie about a teenage girl who writes letters to boys and her little sister mails all those letters just to kind of get her love life a jump start. There's no reason why I should enjoy that. But I enjoyed the ish out of that movie. And you know what? I'm not going to apologize for it. It was a great movie. Now, the thing is with To All the Boys I Loved Before, I saw a preview of it during the summer sometime. And I'm like, what is this original content that Netflix is trying to put out? This looks like trash. What am I watching? Don't even put that on a you need to watch list, because that's not even about my life. Even though I think Netflix really knows that I'm a teenage girl stuck inside a 36-year-old body. But still, that's neither here or there, okay? Don't be trying to pick out teenage movies for me, and it's not even what my life is about. But after it premiered, I can't even remember when it premiered, and you guys already know I didn't research it. So it premiered sometime during the summer. And I remember it literally dropped on maybe a Thursday or Friday or Wednesday. Oh my God. Mackenzie, this is just really bad. But anyway, it dropped one day, and then 2 days later, there were all these little articles talking about women are looking up how old Noah Centineo is. And I'm like, who the crap is Noah Centineo? And so I'm starting to look at this kid and I'm like, all right, he's, I guess, kind of cute, but who is he? And of course, I start reading the article and it's like he plays Peter Kaczynski and To All the Boys I Loved Before. All these women are like, you know, I am a 30-year-old woman. I shouldn't be watching this movie, but I got so much joy out of watching this movie. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, sure, I'll bite. You know, what else have I got to do? Nothing. Literally nothing. So I sit down on a Saturday night and I watch this and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it way too much. And Peter Kaczynski, oh my God. Don't even get me started with Peter Kaczynski. Ugh, that is the kind of boy I totally would have crushed on in high school, in college, post-college, late 20s, early 30s, and right now, you know, late 30s. Yeah, he's the type of boy that I would always crush on for the entirety of my life. That's just how my brain works. But yeah, I can see why all these women were going gaga over Peter Kaczynski, aka Noah Centineo, because it's like, yeah, he's cute, but when you see like the confidence and the swagger and just like the raspy of his voice, you guys know I love the raspy voice. Makes no sense, right? Because I love boys who sing falsetto, but I love boys who have raspy voices when they talk. That's two different people. That's not the same person, but I love both, and I'm not gonna, again, apologize for the things that I like. So yeah, Noah Centineo is like goo goo gaga, and I guess he kind of made the film. And I'm not even gonna lie, he like totally made the film. Yeah. Lana Condor, she's cute and everything, but Noah Centineo basically stole the light in the entire movie. And of course, because Netflix knew they needed to capitalize on Noah Centineo and all his hotness, they put out a second movie within a month of To All the Boys I Loved Before called Sarah Burgess is a Loser. It makes you fall even more in love with him than you were before you saw the first one. Dreamy, Dreamtown, yeah. That's all I can say. And that's why he ties into my Man Crush Monday of the year. Noah Centineo, you are the winner, because immediately after watching To All the Boys I Loved Before, I started following him on Instagram. Me and my friends were sharing photos on his Instagram site saying, oh my God, what's going on? Why is this kid so hot? He's 22, so he's technically not a kid. Do you think that I could still catch a 22-year-old? Like, you know, would he find me attractive? These are the things that run through my mind. I'm lucky to have friends that don't judge me for it. they cheer me on and they do it themselves. So it is a perfect relationship, if I do say so myself. But yes, Noah Centineo, because of To All the Boys I Loved Before and Sarah Burgess is a Loser, not SPF 50 or 60 or 18, something. There was an SPF movie that he was in that I think he did years before both of these movies, and Joanna watched it and she was like, don't waste your time on that trash. He's gorgeous, but you're just gonna like waste all your brain cells watching this movie, so don't do it. But yeah, Noah Centineo is the hot ticket for Man Crush of the Year. But To All the Boys I Loved Before, just to get back, because I'm going all over the place, because you know that's just how my brain works. Netflix during the summer put out a lot of content that was geared towards teens. And I love that because I do love teen dramas. I love teen comedies. I always have, always will. They did put out an original movie called Kissing Booth. I watched the first like maybe 45 minutes of that trash and couldn't even get through it. So that goes to show you that I don't love all teen comedies, all teen rom-coms. I just like a certain select few. You can't just throw them all at me and they think that I'm going to watch and love all of them, because that's not going to be the case. But Netflix did do a good job this summer of tapping into the teen market, aka 30-year-olds who are trying to relive their teen lives, and they did an awesome job. So clap, 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 applause, applause to them. And just to round out this thing, and I'm doing good on time, I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. I could have talked to you guys about my life at the beginning of this podcast like I normally do, and I still would be on time, but I won't do it. I won't do that to you. My last category was Women Crush Wednesday of the year, and I've been stumped. I started this list at the end of last week because I was supposed to do a podcast last week. If you noticed a time difference, there's been 2 weeks between this podcast and episode 32. Because I was supposed to do a podcast and, you know, doctor's appointments, spin class, working, all that kind of stuff, I never got around to it. And then when I did have time to do it, I just wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? You know, there's been times that I've done a podcast and I wasn't feeling it, and you can hear it in my voice, and I didn't want to do that to you guys, not in the new year. So I started this list on that day when I was trying to figure out whether or not I was going to do the podcast. And I've been stumped since then, trying to figure out a Woman Crush Wednesday of the year. I don't have one, which is really weird because I crush on girls all the time. I love me some females. Sometimes I have to question my sexuality because I'm like, do I like her a little bit too much? Nah. But yeah, I've been stumped. I like went through girls that I've been listening to, you know, like Taylor Swift. You know, I love me some Taylor Swift, even though I didn't want to admit it at first, but I do love me some Taylor Swift. And we watched the Reputation tour on TV the other day. Why didn't I buy tickets to that concert? Why? My son loved every bit of that 2 hours of that concert. At one point, I was trying to cut it off because I was like, it's almost bedtime. Do you want to watch one of your regular TV shows? He was like, no, I want to watch this. And he wasn't even watching it. He was playing, you know, Legos with the concert in the background because there were certain songs that he didn't know of hers because they were older songs. But he didn't want to turn it off. He wanted to listen to Taylor Swift. And I don't know why we didn't buy tickets to this concert. I'm really bummed out, but it was a really good show. And she had a lip shade. I was drawn to it. That was the main thing I kept focusing on, was what color is that lip shade? What manufacturer? Because it stayed put. It looked great the entire 2 hours that she was running back and forth, sweating, singing, all that. And it was still great at the end of the concert. Taylor, please tell me what lip shade that is. I need to have it. I have to have it. But yeah, I went through Taylor. I was like, nah, because even though I follow her on social media, I only follow her on social media on my Mommy's Media Medium page. I don't even follow her on my personal page. So obviously I don't like her that much. And then I was like, maybe Ariana Grande. But no, that's Joanna's girl. Joanna loves her some Ariana Grande and tries to imitate like the pale pastels that she does. And I'm like, nah, I'm not about that life. Then I was like, Issa Rae? Yeah, I love Issa Rae. I really do. She's about to come out in a movie in a couple of weeks, and I'm all about that movie, but I don't follow her on Instagram, or even, I don't even know if she has an Instagram. I don't know if she has a Twitter. I had never made an effort to even look for her, so I'm not crushing on her that much. So I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm just going to leave the Women Crush Monday to myself? What? I think I will. I think I was just going to say I like myself. You know, it took me a while to get to a point where I like dig myself. No, let's scratch that. Let's not say that. I've always dug myself. There was a point where I couldn't find myself. Let's say that. I told you that was one of the reasons why I started the podcast, because I needed to get back to me. I needed to get back to Mackenzie. And all I could identify with at the time was wife and mother. Charles's wife, Chicky's mother. I couldn't identify with just myself. And not to get all like mushy-ushy here, because I'm not going to, but over the last year, I've really gained control of who Mackenzie is as a person. You know, I still am a wife. I'm still a mother. And I still identify as those things, but I also identify mainly with being who I am. I'm me. And I'm telling you, I didn't pre-plan this. I'm actually going off the cuff with this and deciding that myself is the woman crush. Maybe that's why I couldn't figure out who my crush was, because it should have been myself. Yeah, man, that's the kind of energy I'm bringing into 2019. Even though it's kind of been trash over the last 10 days. 2019 has been trashed the last couple of days. Just a quick story, because you know that's how I do. On January 1st, I went to a spin class, started the day out great by getting my endorphins going and all that jazz. After spin class, I think I did a little bit of light shopping at the store just to kind of look at some Christmas sales. And I say light shopping, I was there for 3 hours. I was at Target for 3 hours doing light shopping on Christmas sales. But I got some good stuff, guys. I got Christmas items for next year for under $2. You can't beat that. $2 shirts? Well, come on. Those shirts were normally like $20 and I got them for $2. That's why I was there for 3 hours, because I was going through every nook and cranny. My friend who's having her baby, Issa Bay, I got her some baby stuff for next year as well. You know, I love a good deal. I love a discount on top of a deal. I love a discount on top of a coupon on top of a sale. And that's how I roll when it comes to purchasing. But anyway, so yeah, I spent like 3 hours at Target shopping for stuff. And then I decided at the last minute, like, hey, maybe I'll work a little bit today, because I didn't do anything on Monday. And who knows what's going to happen on Thursday, because I have spin class, I have a doctor's appointment, you know, and I want to do a podcast, which I didn't do. So this might be the only day that I can actually get a little bit of cash in. I decided to take one order, a deliver only order, which was going to be fast and easy. They had a promo on it, so it was like $8, and then there was a $10 promo because nobody had picked it up. And I was like, easy peasy. I roll out there, I pick up the stuff, I drop it off at the lady. It was her first time ever doing a deliver only, so she didn't give me a tip, but she was like, do I normally give a tip? If you want to, but people are looking for a tip, so if you can, great. If not, no big deal. And as I'm on my way home, I see an order pop up at the store that I'm about to pass, and I'm like, do I take this order? Do I take this order? Do I take this order? And I passed the store and I'm like, no, let me just go home. I didn't shower after spin class. I need to shower. I need to wash my hair. I need to give my kid a shower. Let's just not even be about that life. You know, it's going to be a lot of rushing. And then at the last minute, I'm like, nope, I need to do this. Because again, I may not be able to shop anytime else, you know, for this entire week. So I go in, I shop the order for these people. It goes very smoothly for the most part. I'm in and out in 30 minutes. And then I go to the checkout. Where's my wallet? I don't have my wallet. I took my wallet out because I was balancing the checkbook before I decided to come out and do the shop. So my wallet was sitting on the dining room table. So I call my husband and I say, hey, do you see my wallet? He says, yes, I do. I said, okay, can you take a picture of the card? I'm going to see if the manager, because I come to the store all the time, they know I shop for Shipt, maybe they'll let me key in the card instead of having to come all the way home and get the card to buy. Because I mean, at this point, I don't want to drop the order. I don't want to do that to that customer. I was already going to be late because it was a promo. And, you know, the likelihood of somebody now picking up this person's order was going to be, I don't want to say zero, but, you know, it's going to be pretty unlikely. So, and then I also didn't want that to count against me calling HQ like, hey, I picked up this order and I shopped it, but now I don't have my card. That just looks like you don't have your ish together. And while I do have my ish together 95% of the time, that 5% is kind of frowned upon in most settings. So I go and talk to a lady. She's like, let me talk to my manager because I don't know. And she goes into a back room. So the manager never comes out and they never get to see me as a person, who I am. But she asked the manager, and the manager was like, no, you got to bring the card in. So I Zoom home. It takes me about 13 minutes to get home, pick up my card, Zoom back to the store, make the purchase, get in my car, drop the delivery off, and all was right with the world. I even ended up delivering it right on time. It had an 8 o'clock window. I think I was there at like 7:50. So yay, Mackenzie did it. She pulled it off. Now she just needs to get her ish straight in the new year's 2019. You shouldn't be leaving your wallet on the dining room table. That's the second time I've done that in the last 2 months. Don't do it again, Mackenzie. Just make sure you're proactive. The next morning, I get up and I'm cleaning my house, and I am going through the mail that I haven't gone through in 3 days, and I get a Bath & Body Works coupon. I'm like, yeah, let me put this in my wallet so I don't forget it the next time I need to go to Bath & Body Works, because guess who's having a semi-annual sale? Bath & Body Works. So I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to go there sometime this week. Where's my wallet? I left the wallet at the flipping store, guys. Drove home, got the wallet, brought the wallet to the store to pay for the order, walked out the store with the order, left my wallet on the counter. I don't even have words for how mad I was. I was so angry at myself, because what in the ish is going on in my mind that I forgot my wallet twice. Like, come on, man. Woosah. That's all you can do. All you can do is woosah it out. I could have been mad. I could have been angry. I was mad and angry. But I just said, you know what? There's nothing I can do about it. So, Chicky, let's just get dressed. Let's go pick up this wallet and just laugh about it. Because a lesser person would have cried. I'm not going to say you're a lesser person if you would have cried. But, you know, a lesser Mackenzie would have cried. I didn't cry, but I just, you know, chuck it up to New Year, new me. Because that is not me. That is not me to leave a wallet in a store. But, yeah, 2019 is trash. Hopefully not. Hopefully 2019, that was just a little bumpy start. Hopefully there's going to be smooth sailing from here on out. Joanna sent me a meme a couple of days ago that was like, January is just like your trial period of the year. You're just trying it out. February is when you really get your ish together. And that's what I'm going to say. February is going to be my month. That's when we're really going to start getting things in order and getting things together. But yeah, that's it, guys. That is episode 33. I tried to keep it as small and concise as possible. We are under an hour, and I'm going to go ahead and do myself a round of applause, because I mean, I can't. Whew. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Are you clapping for me? I think I need you to clap for me in your car, in your seat, in your bedroom, wherever you are. Just clap. Let's just clap it out, okay? I'm even going to do a slow clap. Yeah, that's what this year's going to be about, guys. This is it. Get used to it. Or stop listening. Don't stop listening. Please continue to listen. I'll try to rein myself in. But we will get back to our regularly scheduled program on next episode. I'll actually have stuff prepared. Cross fingers. I'll actually have stuff prepared. And other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope it's not windy where you are. I mean, this wind is ridiculous. I just finished watching Bird Box last night, and every time a gust of wind goes by and leaves start going in the air, I feel like I need to close my eyes and just hope for the best, because I don't know if some kind of mythical creature is going to make me try to off myself. It's really freaky out there. But I hope where you are it's not as windy and you don't feel like you have to bird box yourself, and stand in the position and hope for the best. So follow me on social media. I am Mommy's Media Medium on Instagram. I am Miss Mackenzie on Twitter. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.
Mama, I'm talking now. Let's talk. Yes, bye.